Next part, we will be talking about three important identities in math. But beforehand, let's see whether you remember things on index law. Yes, index law. Do you remember it? So one of them is talking about ab to the power n is a to the power n, b to the power n. So if you're not very familiar with it, actually it's talking about product. So that means it's like a times b to the power n is a to the power n times b to the power n. But the multiplication sign is omitted. So for example, like if you have say 2c or minus 2c to the power 4, you should have minus 2 to the power 4 and c to the power 4, which gives you 16 and c to the power 4. And here it is. And the next, in math, we always deal with things about square. So for example, how about if it's c plus 2 squared? Is it just simply like in this law, which is c squared plus 2 squared? And now I will tell you that, or later on, I will tell you that it's definitely wrong because it's about plus here, it's not a product. So that's why the index law cannot be applied here simply. And then coming up next, we'll be talking about three important identities. So you have to remember them one by one very carefully. Number one is talking about the thing we just mentioned. When you have a plus b squared, bracket square, and then so it's just about a squared and b squared itself, but there should be plus 2ab between it. Well, next we have a minus b squared. Again, it's not just a squared b squared, but there is a minus 2ab in between. So the middle one should be 2ab, but the sign will be depending on if it's a plus b at first, so you have plus in between. If you have a minus b at first, it's minus 2ab in between. The last one will be called, if you have a plus b, a minus b in this pattern, one is plus, one is minus, there is either a squared minus b squared. So it's like a formula which gives you a short form. Sometimes in the book, it's written in a different order. It doesn't matter because it depends on whether you are doing expand or later on when we are talking about factorization. But we are not going to address too much here first. If you want to know more about this 1, 2, 3, how we get these three formulas, so let's watch the other videos to help you. Now in this video, we will be focusing on how we are going to use it, which is, so let's start from, for example, example 1 first. The formula is telling you that if it's a plus b, a minus b, so you have a squared, and then plus b minus b, so you have minus b squared. So that's why you should see what is a and what is b accordingly. So you will see now xc is your a, while 10 is your b. So according to the formula, it's called a squared minus b squared. So you have x squared minus 10 squared. And so, for numbers, we need to simplify it. So that's why it goes to x squared minus 100. So that's about number 1. And let's take a look at number 5, which is also a simple example. A this time is your 6x plus minus 7y will be your b. So that's why your answer will be 6x squared a squared minus 7y squared. Do you find I make a mistake here? Yes, true. Don't forget that 6x is a big item, so that's why don't forget to add a bracket. So at 7y, you have a bracket square too. In this case, according to index law, we just mentioned here, 6 you have a square, which is 36 x squared, minus 7 there is a square, so you have 49 y squared. So here comes the result. Sometimes the question is hard, like in number 3, because when you read carefully, your a is minus 2 this time. It's a bit weird. Your b plus a minus b minus a, so your b will be your a. So that's why when you write the expression, it goes to minus 2 squared minus a squared. And once again, don't forget to add the brackets. And for the outcome, you should be able to complete it. The other situation will be like in number 4, because it's not put in proper order. Can you see it? 4k minus 9, 9 minus 4k, so it's in a wrong order. So that's why you have to judge which one is A, which one is B. Plus 4k plus 4k, so that's why I choose to have 4k in the front. And then next, you have minus 9 and plus 9 accordingly in two brackets. So that's why you have 4k bracket square minus 9 square, and you get the answer by yourselves. In another occasion like number 6 and number 7, they are very alike, which you see there is a number in the front in the multiplication. So it's always the last step to deal with it, but we will be doing the brackets first. C, okay, C, so that's why it's your A, minus 60 plus 60, so this is your B. So the outcome will become 6 times, if you need, you can use a square brackets, it's C square minus 60 bracket square. And you've got 6, remember to simplify the inner expression first, which is 36d squared. So finally, you go to the answer. Some other harder questions will be coming up with like you have index law later, or you have a fraction. So now I pick number 8 and number 10 to explain it. Once again, 1 over 2 is something outside. I will just leave it at the end. And the next, for your convenience, you can write the formula on top, which is called a plus b. A minus b is your a squared minus b squared. This is the identity brought to you in this chapter. Now you will see that 1 plus 1 minus, so this is your a, plus m squared minus m squared, this is your b. So which gives you a squared, 1 squared minus b squared, but be careful there is m squared and squared. So can you see that there's an index law? So it's something I revised with you in the beginning. And then next, you have 1 minus m to the power, okay, write the index by yourself. Yes, that's good, it's power 4. And then finally is 1 over 2 minus m to the power 4 over 2. And here comes the answer. The other example is a matter about the numbers, because there's a fraction. Once again, 9, leave it out first. Next, 2a over 3 minus 2a over 3. Case is not in a very good order. Minus b the same. So that's why I need to rewrite the expression first. It's minus b in the front, while plus 2a over 3 minus 2a over 3 at the end. Next, 9 will leave it outside. While for minus b is your a, 2a over 3 is your b. So you should have minus b squared minus 2a over 3 squared. Do you find I make some mistakes? Yes, once again the brackets are missing. So that's why we have brackets, And then so you have 9 b squared minus square should be given to all the 3 numbers. So you bear in mind it. So which comes up with 4a squared over 9, and you simplify it by multiplying 9 into the expression 1 by 1, and you should obtain the answer. Lastly, we go to a very special kind of question designed on identity. And once again, you will see the expression code without using calculator. It's not really not allowing you to use the calculator, but it's asking you to use some technique. Use a technique or use some special way to simplify the expression. So as a result, you have to see the situation of the question. And can you see that this time is always square minus square, square minus square, and 13 is not very clear. I leave it at the end. So as a result, what does that mean? But when you have square minus square, then you have square minus square. That means you can break it down, not break it down, or like rewrite it as brackets. So that's why you can see that I don't like to use the brackets in the workbook here. So 35 square minus 34 square according to the formula. So you should have duduk plus and duduk minus. Whereas the first number should be 35 and second number should be 34 according to the formula itself. So then this is the meaning of use the technique. So what's special about it? We need to work on. Can you see that at first bracket is equal to 69. Second bracket, there's something very good because it's 1. And that's why you need not to use calculator to obtain the answer very quickly. Can you see it? Well, number 12, the same as square minus square. So that's why it's equal to plus and minus according to the formula. Whereas the first number is 125, where second number is 75. So for the first number, because you have used the technique already, if you really can't do the first bracket by your by mental, then it's alright if you use a calculator. After checking, it's 200, while the second number should be, what's that, 50, right? And then you can use the calculator to get the answer finally. You will find number 13 is a very hard job, but somehow it will be about identity as well, because there is both number is very close to 40, 40 plus 2, 40 minus 2. Okay, you see it? So that's why we write it as 40 plus 2, 40 minus 2. And then according to it, can you see that it's about 40 plus 2, 40 minus 2. So 40 is your A, and 2 is your B, according to the formula. So as a result, according to the formula, it goes to 40 squared minus 2 squared. And that's the meaning of you have used the technique to simplify it. If you can do mental, that's very welcome. Else, if you use calculator, first one is 1600, second one is a 4, and you obtain the answer by yourselves finally.